She is worshipped as a goddess, and yet we are watching her die. The Ganges is not just a river, she is mother, purifier, healer. Millions begin their day with her name on their lips, her water on their forehead, her myth in their breath. But beneath the prayers, she is choking. In the first light of morning, the ghats are full, bodies bathe, voices chant, and incense curls into the air. But step closer, and you'll see plastic floating where flowers used to drift. The sacred mingles with the septic. The holy meets the industrial. And the Ganges, once crystal and cold, is now a mirror reflecting what we've become. They call her Ganga Ma, the river mother. To Hindus, she descended from the heavens, her fall cushioned by Shiva's hair to save the earth from her divine force. For thousands of years, her waters were believed to cleanse not just the skin, but the soul. Pilgrims travel hundreds of miles to touch her, to scatter ashes into her flow, to die near her banks, believing it grants liberation from the cycle of rebirth. But what happens when the goddess can no longer breathe every day? Over 3 billion liters of sewage flow into her body, most of it untreated. Factories line her banks, bleeding dye and chemicals into her blood. Tanneries, textile mills, fertilizer plants. They do not chant, they do not mourn, they simply discharge. The contradiction is almost too much to bear. We worship what we destroy. We pray to what we poison. At Kanpur, once the heart of leather production, the river runs dark and thick. Fish have vanished. Children who once swam now cough and itch from the water. And yet, at sunrise, families still wade in with folded hands, believing, hoping, remembering. But the truth is, belief alone cannot purify a dying river. The Ganges is also drying. Climate change is shrinking the glaciers that feed her. Deforestation erodes the soil that once held her steady. Dams interrupt her rhythm. In some stretches, and especially in summer, she barely flows at all. A sacred river, without motion. And what is a goddess without her breath? This is not just an ecological tragedy. It is a spiritual one. When we lose the Ganges, we do not just lose water, we lose myth, memory, identity. We lose something in ourselves. The part that once looked at nature not as resource, but as reverence. Still, there is hope. The river is not entirely gone. She still flows, even if slower. She still responds, even if weaker. And she still calls. People are waking up. Local communities are planting trees along her banks. Engineers are working to treat waste before it reaches her. Spiritual leaders are beginning to speak of Siva, sacred service, not just to humans, but to rivers, because to serve her is to serve life itself. Maybe the time of blind worship is over, and the time of conscious devotion has begun. The Ganges does not need more rituals. She needs remembrance. She needs action. She needs those who love her to stop believing she is indestructible and start protecting her because she is not. If this story touched something in you, subscribe to Myths and Mysticism of Rivers. Because rivers do not just carry water, they carry soul. And when soul dies, so does faith. But when soul is remembered, even a broken river can rise again.